Took your Kirby apart to fix that tech drive pedal and now it's stuck in reverse. I'm going to show you where you've gone wrong. So what we'll do is dive straight into it. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel, and don't forget, everything you can use my video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Alright, so back in today's video, what we're going to be doing is I've had a lot of emails and a lot of messages and a lot of comments. A lot of people have been taking their Kirbys apart, following my videos. I don't know if they've been following them all the way through or skipping through. I'm pretty sure that I have addressed this in the video, but we'll address it so people know what they're doing. So I'll put an archive above link into the video I'm on about. And basically, if you've took your Kirby apart because your tech drive pedalers fell off, I'm getting a lot of comments on that, and I'm getting a lot of emails about it saying that I put the Kirby back together and it's stuck in reverse. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive in. I'm going to address this issue straight away. So what we'll do is jump straight into it. Right, so today we're going to be using the G6 purely because all the screws match that everyone's using if they've got a G7, Centria or Avalir, where the tech drive switch has come out and they've put it back in and now their Kirby's stuck in reverse. It's a bit hard to get your Kirby stuck in reverse in a G5, and I will explain that after, but I'll explain what's going on inside as we take this apart. Now this is all going to be done via time lapse, partially stop and explain stuff as we go. So we'll start by undoing the two screws on the front. So you're going to need a Torx 20 for this, and if you've got an Avalir, you're going to need a Torx 15, and that goes for the Centroid as well. So the Torx 15 is for the two little screws here that hold the lead on, but you're going to need a Torx 15 for this as well, for that screw that holds the lead there. So Kirby made those screws move there on the Avalir to hold that lead in place, whereas here it just sits in there. So we'll start off by taking the top off. We go around the back and we're going to do this screw here, which is Torx 20, and the two screws on the front, which are Torx 20s. And finally we've got two Torx 20s here. Slip that off. And now we're ready to take the tech drive out. So this is what you would have done, and this is the reason why you're going to end up with it stuck in reverse. And I'll just demonstrate. So we take that off. Flip it over. And we're going to undo this one, and that one. No need to undo this one because we're not going to change this switch, and we're not going to have to replace anything on it. So these are all Torx 20s. And then to drop our tech drive out, we obviously make sure it's in drive, and it should drop out. Now what's happened is someone's changed the switch, so you've replaced the switch or you've repaired the switch and you've put it all back together, and you're going to drop this back in. Now what you'll see on here is there a fork. Now with the G5 you've got a little centre pin that goes in the middle. Anything below that it's exactly the same. What Kirby did was change the design on the G6 onwards, and this is what's causing the issue. So to get it back in, just lift that up, slot this in. You're going to want to put your belt on as well. So people tend to put the belt on. But then what happens is they shove this right up, like so. And that now is in place, or you assume it is. Now the issue is, and I'll put the screws back in and then I'll demonstrate, there is another way to take this out, but for this purpose, I'll put the screw back in and I'll show you the issue. Right, so turn it back over, everything looks hunky-dory, the belt's on, it's in drive, take it out of drive, lift this up, we'll put our switch back in, and I can guarantee that this is now stuck and will only go in reverse. So what I'll do is I'll quickly zoom in and I'll show you why, and there is a quicker way. You haven't got to drop all the tech drive out to fix this, you just got to take the lid off, and you can do it with just undoing two simple screws. So as we turn it round, what you've got is this pin here. and you've pushed it in and you've put it back behind there, that there should slot in there. Now the only way to do that is either take this out again, drop it, take your tech drive out, or there's a quicker way. Well, so as you can see now, like I said, it's stuck in reverse because this won't push forward and it won't move back. And you will find it stiff to get this cover back in when you've reassembled it. So to take it apart, all you're going to do, forget taking the tech drive back out, you're just going to undo these two screws here. And you're just going to undo them. Then all you've got to do is make sure that you slot this here back on this front pin. Okay, that's where it was, that's where it's going. Okay, now with these two screws here, you do want them central. You can see the marks where the screws have been before. So if you can see the marks where the head sat before, screw that back in there. So screw my finger tight first. So now we've got them in finger tight, what we're going to do is just make sure this is central. So I mean these screws have to be central to that for your tech drive. So once you get them roughly central, you can undo them again if you want, just a fraction, make it a lot easier to move. And then tighten them up. And make sure these are nice and tight so that it doesn't move. But you can see now that those two screws are central. Our pin's back where it should be, and that moves backwards and forwards. So we shouldn't have an issue now with this moving backwards and forwards. It should not be stuck in reverse. Like I said, you've got to make sure that that is slotted on there. So just get this back to a bit of a time lapse. Slot that in. As you press those in, because you don't want them sticking out a little bit, and just going to tighten these Torx 20s up. Our cover, so G7, G6, you're going to have your sleeve here, centre onwards, it will screw in the side. So make sure you just push that under, that should slot in. Torx 20, get that little screw in there. Got Torx 15, if you've got an Avalir or a Centria, it's going to be the two little screws that go here. And then finally, we've got our two Torx 20s to go in the front. And that is ready to put all the other bits back together. And don't forget, everything you use in my videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. So as you can see, it's a really simple fix, and 9 times out of 10, it's just that simple, easy mistake of putting that pin in and it's not slotted in correctly in that little slot. It's behind it, which is going to stop that tech drive moving correctly, and that is just the easy fix. Like I said, you don't have to take the tech drive completely out again. All you have to do is undo those two Torx 25s on the top, slot it out, slot it back over on that front pin so that the handle assistance slots over that front fork, and then put it back in and make sure the two screws that you put back in are either where they were before or central to those holes. Make sure they're really tight, so when you tighten them up, obviously don't round them off, but make sure you tighten them up really tight so that they cannot come undone and move and affect your tech drive. So again, those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Took your Kirby apart to fix that drift to that.